guys, this is Gwendolyn, and for today's video I would like to show you guys how I homeschool Hayden. You guys, I would like to share with you a little bit about, like I said in the intro, how I do homeschooling for Hayden. And I've done the same thing with Alexis years ago. Lexi was a traveling gymnast, and I decided to homeschool her because of her work schedule for practices and things. So anyway, that's when I got a little bit comfortable with homeschooling, and it was hard initially to think about because she was coming from like the gifted children. I think it was called Gifted Kids program. And so the same was with my other daughter as well. And so in the beginning it could seem a little bit intimidating, but what I did was I connected with other parents that also wanted to homeschool, and I just did as much research online and things like that as I could, because they have things like, they have schools that you can actually connect with online, and you can also do homeschooling yourself, meaning you're the teacher, your kid or kids, whomever are the actual students, and you can do things like connect with a physical school, and it could be like your umbrella, meaning that as you're doing what you're doing, your lessons and things like that, you have someone that you could communicate with if you need some assistance or help or whatever, and they may have it where your student shows up a certain amount of days throughout the week to be with a physical certified teacher that way. And then, like I said, there are other different programs. I am not doing that particular one. I'm working with ABEKA, as I've said on a video before. And this is like some of the books. I have a bunch of books. So the camera, we don't have to move the camera. So I have a bunch of school books for me as the teacher. And Hayden has his own books or whatever per grade that you need. They have an entire kit that you can order or break down individual books if you like. And the books they're really helpful. Okay, so you get things like, if you order an entire the kit, you get things like I said, the curriculum lessons per subject. So like sometimes like this one just has more than one subject on it. Lexi's going to get these images closer for you guys. And in the books, the curriculum lesson plans, it shows things like, it walks you through, like say for instance, daily plans and things like that. So you don't have to do a whole lot of trying to figure out what do I do, right? So it has things all the way down to the preparation for how to prep what you're going to teach for the day. And so you decide that. Oh, and I didn't mention really quickly, when I start my day, typically I get up earlier. I start earlier than Hayden. I let Hayden finish, I let him sleep for a while I get up earlier, and I do my whatever I need to do in the mornings and things like that. So I prep myself if I'm going to work out, if I'm going to do any of that. I do that first thing in the morning, whatever I'm going to do. Sometimes have my tea or whatever, or coffee or cappuccino or something. Sometimes I even start that before Hayden gets up in the morning. So I get up way earlier and I start doing my things that I need to do in the morning. Then by the time he gets up, we start class typically no later than 9 a.m. And that because I schedule it around from the time we take our pets out and things like that, from some of the things that Hayden's responsible for as well as myself, I start that around that time. So by the time he gets up in the morning, before 9 class time, Hayden gets up a little bit earlier than 9 to go maybe downstairs and do breakfast or whatever. He eats a little bit, whatever, before he starts. Then he knows to meet me in the classroom at the start time, which is 9. So then from there, we go into, sometimes I have already prepared what I'm going to do for that day. If I don't, it's okay. I'll grab my lesson plan and I'll look, and it walks me through a structure of what I need to do. Like it may be about a particular topic I want to discuss, whatever, and I would look that up and see what how it structures me to do it. Like if you're doing this, for instance, like where I was speaking about the grammar, it walks you through also to add in your literature, books and things like that, so you may get into some poetry and things like that as well. It just structures you, it aligns a topic or a subject with something that's connected to it. Okay, so anyway, and it's really detailed. The things you need to do are really detailed. And then like for instance, my teacher book, it has, I'm just opening up to anything. It has the same thing his book has, but I have answers and everything already marked out on my pages. So I have all the answers to every subject marked down. The baby is over here by me, you guys, and then he's going to be in and out of the video. He's not typically here on a school day, so he's going to be bouncing around a little bit. So anyway, and it walks you through everything, gives you an explanation of what you're doing, and then there's a lot of things that I've already learned. I studied in college, okay, so I was studying teaching in college as well. So, and then I have my computer here. I go through the internet, jump on the internet if I need some help with something, whatever that may be, another YouTuber or whatever. I go and jump on here for reference if I need it and things like that. So anyway, this is how a typical day would go for us. And some of his other subjects, I'm looking at the baby, like Spanish and any other foreign language, Hayden learns. His sister Alexis usually helps and teaches that because I'm not good with that. And she has studied Spanish for years. Yes. Right, she studied for years, and she's going to possibly major in it because she's got a lot under her belt, at least enough for him to understand the basics of Spanish and things like that. And he speaks it well. So she does that, and I'll let Lex in a few minutes probably, or let Hayden talk about or show some of the things on what she teaches him for a foreign language. So like we would start today, like a typical day, I'll find the lesson that we're going to be working on. Like for instance, I sit here and I go through, like, I think I said, like we're going to start on page like 194. And I have Hayden, turn your page please to 194. And I would like for you to go ahead and start reading the instruction for the lesson, your notes or whatever.
Yes, ma'am. 194 starts with recognizing adverbs. An adverb is a word that modifies a verb, an adjective, or another adverb. It answers the questions where, when, how often, or to what extent. A modifier makes the meaning of another word more specific. So like for...
Okay, remember for a second, Hayden, we talk about adverbs. Remember, adverb is a verb that you can't actually do that action.
Yes.
Typically, right?
Because the verb, it's just completely.
It could be like it could be like if you say like he is run, he is standing, or he is here, right, or something like that. Is how you can't to do is. Mm-hmm. So, and then it's also like a lot of words with ly are typically adverbs too as well. Ends with ly.
Right.
I was going to mention, you guys, as Hayden is homeschooled, he gets to do things like he's learning music production. He's learning how to produce music. He's really good. He has a really good ear with that, working with the producer he works with, Jason, and things like that. Hayden is amazing at what he does. He helps the producer sometimes with things that Hayden can hear, picks up on notes and things like that. He can hear like drum beats and things like that, and you pretty much know what notes they're hitting in most anything. So he learns to play anything put in front of him. Anything put in front of him, he can learn it and drum to it. And things like that. But my point is, being that he's not rushed in anything that he's doing, he gets to relax and figure out what he's really strong in, which is quite a few subjects. Spelling, there isn't a word that this kid can't spell. Like in our spelling vocabulary and things like that, since way back, since like beginning of third something grade,
Second
whatever,
or something grade.
when they started giving him spelling lessons, I said they because he was with this school or enrolled with this school. And this kid, they teach you in the book, they show us teachers how to, like, for instance, we get a spelling words, whatever, and they show us how to let the kids practice and things. I have never, ever given Hayden a practice spelling test since he's ever been in school. Never have I ever given one. Just because I just wondered what could he spell. I don't know what's all he can spell. But he's been reading since he was before 2. He was pretty much reading and things like that. So anyway, he can spell. I realized, oh my gosh, he's not missing any spelling words. So I kept doing it. So to date, from beginning of school, when he was little bitty, well, he was never little bitty. He's always been a tall kid. Till to date, I haven't run into a word that Hayden can't spell. Haven't. He's never studied spelling words in ever. And geography, there is nothing. I would like to find what he doesn't know about geography, about history, things like that. I'm not just saying this, I'm telling you guys the truth, and it just makes me so proud to know that that's the success in doing this. So no matter if he transitions into whatever, go to college, whatever, I know this kid is strong in what he does and things like that. And his social skills are strong. Hayden gets along with any and everybody. He just does. He does. He learns, he plays well when he's like when you were doing the gymnastics class with the other boys, you guys played softball and things like that, and all different type of things while you're in the class. I'm looking over at Hayden. So he follows instruction. He's always gotten compliments on how well behaved he is, how he listens well, how he learns rapidly. You learn things fast. I am so proud, beyond proud of him as well. Lexi did amazingly well in homeschool as well. And even though my oldest wasn't in homeschool, she was advanced in everything she did. But she played like basketball for the school. So she was an amazing basketball player. So that was her thing. Lexi was in gymnastics and Hayden is in swim. And the drums. And Lexi plays guitar and things like that too. You're learning guitar.
Yes.
But anyway, I love it. I love it because we get, like I said, he is so well advanced in so many things that it was almost challenging for me to keep up with it. So I like the fact that he's not held back having to work at anyone else's pace but his own. And like I said, and being that he has amazing social skills, I'm not neglecting that, because if he didn't, I wouldn't do this. If Hayden was struggling with having relationships, friends, whatever, being the type of person that can make friends and things like that, I wouldn't do this full time. I would not, because that's very important to me. Kids getting along with one another, turns into hopefully adults that knows how to get along with one another. It's extremely important. So anyway, just make sure you guys get that. It's nothing. He's not an introvert or anything like that. It's nothing like that. He does well alone, but he also does well with other people. You're fine if you're studying alone. He's fine if someone else is around. But he does like to go ahead and get his things done. If you're doing your schoolwork, you have lessons, right? I'm looking at Hayden. He likes to go ahead and get his things done. So he's not going to be that kid goofing around. If someone was around, to do something else, like play games or whatever he loves to do. He knows he has to get his things done. So, and things like that. So I just wanted to make sure you guys know that the things he knows is just crazy. I thank God for YouTube and the internet, Google, all of this stuff, because I get to branch out in how far he's going. He keeps learning new things all the time. And he sits down and we have discussions all the time, from politics to religion to things going on, the current events in the world, we have discussions about that because this kid is involved in everything going on in the world. He learns things, not just out there throwing out your opinion about things. He learns facts about things that's going on. That's just what it is. Because I don't promote an opinion. You need facts, right? Especially when you have discussions and things like that. So anyway, homeschooling can be amazing if you put the effort into it. Working around your own schedule the best that you can and keeping your kids structured is amazing. It's the best choice I made up to date. Now, after this, we see what we want to do. But at this point, it's amazing because I'm hoping he will graduate early and go straight to college and things like that. That's my plan. So to get all of this extreme, we're trying to compact all of this in to get him going.
Okay, Hayden, what's something that you really enjoy about being homeschooled?
I'm able to learn stuff at my own pace, and like for example, if I'm struggling in, just an example, if I'm struggling in math, I'm able to strengthen my ability on math by focusing on that than anything else, like say science or English, and
like you can do extra lessons and stuff like that if need be.
yeah. So that's a major benefit to homeschooling.
Do you enjoy working by yourself?
Yeah, I'm able to get stuff done quicker, working alone. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, what's your favorite subject?
Favorite subject has to be history.
I'm really good with history.
Yeah.
And with being homeschooled, you're able to have more in-depth lessons if you want. Like I know you watch different documentaries and everything that counts as your schoolwork.
Yeah.
So is that something that you like being able to do, like having a country that you're researching in school and then being able to watch documentaries on it and talk to mom about it later?
Yes, that's something that I enjoy.
And then you have Christoph in class
What's
with
some
you.
of your favorite
Yeah.
documentaries?
That's
Do you have some favorite documentaries that you like a lot?
well, it was a old Netflix original show. What was it called? The Greatest Events of World War II
Oh, that was good.
in color, I believe it was called.
Did it cover lots of things like what would be in a book or whatever? Did it cover a lot, or do you think it went
I would
beyond?
think so. Yes, ma'am. It goes beyond though.
Like, what was some of the things? What are some of the things about World War II? Like, just if somebody's listening, they don't know how did that?
Well, the show went in depth on when the Germans started to invade Britain,
Okay, cool.
stuff like that.
I'm kind of like behind the scenes
Yeah.
stuff, so to speak.
You liked it a lot. Don't a lot of those? I think some of those documentaries made the lesson that much more interesting. Correct.
Sure
I wish
do.
we would have had more of that when we were in school.
Yes, ma'am.
So if we would have had
It would make you
homeschooling,
more.
yeah,
I think it would make you more interested in stuff history.
make me learn it better.
Right.
That's why with things with you, you're actually do you think that everything that you've been introduced to since you've been homeschooled, you're actually learning
Yes, ma'am.
these things, and
Yes.
it becomes, yeah, that's what I think. I feel like you are. I feel like you're actually learning
I agree.
and not just memorizing to get through the day or get through a lesson or get through a topic. You're actually learning things.
I feel like I'm actually learning things.
I can tell you are how smart you are.
Do you find it really helpful to be able to use outside resources, like whether it be an app that you're using with school or YouTube or another website or something like that, besides just your book? Do you find that to be more helpful, or do you find it to be like more time consuming? What's your opinion on that?
A lot more helpful to have outside resources outside of just the books, because I could like I was talking about the TV Netflix special thing. I am able to get more in-depth look on certain topics.
Yeah, exactly. Because sometimes, I mean, it's not that the books are limited, but sometimes it does
But
help.
they are.
Yeah,
But
that's
they
exactly.
totally
I
are.
mean, I'm in college, and there are plenty of times that I need to utilize other resources in order to explain a lesson that we're going over.
Yeah, correct.
So, I'm glad you like it too. I think it's helpful.
I think that's great.
Do you have I know we're learning Spanish, but is there any other language that you really enjoy studying?
But a little bit, but I have studied from it. I love German, and that's still something that I love to learn full out, along with Spanish, obviously. Spanish has become fun to learn.
Good.
Before I used a certain app called Busu. It was kind of a struggle, keeping interest in learning.
For you.
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, I'm gonna have it on screen, but what are the apps that you enjoy using for Spanish?
I enjoy using mostly Rosetta Stone and Busu. And I used to use Duolingo and Mongo, I believe it's called.
Because I know with Spanish, it's important to use multiple resources, which is why I've always had to use different apps.
Yeah.
Why do you like Rosetta Stone and Busu a lot? Rosetta Stone first. Why do you like Rosetta Stone?
Rosetta Stone is good for me because I would like to think that I'm a pretty visual learner. They use a bunch of pictures and stuff on their lessons and little, the words and stuff, and sentences with the pictures. And the quizzes are pretty simple.
Yeah.
The entire app is simple.
I do like how Rosetta Stone is set up. Why do you like Busu?
Busu is similar in that it's basically the same thing as Rosetta Stone, but more linear.
Yeah.
Which makes it easier for me too.
And I feel like with Busu, the difference between them, Busu kind of at times breaks down lessons a little bit more and goes over more grammar than Rosetta Stone is able to. Because Rosetta Stone is more based off of just how you learn naturally, just like with your parents teaching you or being in that environment and just kind of immersion. Yeah. And I do like that Busu does that, but you also have, like you can take your Spanish placement test and things like that. I think is really helpful.
I think it's pretty good.
Do you have a movie that you like to watch in Spanish? Like even, just a regular movie that you just put the audio in Spanish?
I don't do it that commonly, like I should. But I remember there's this Disney movie, what was it called? Beverly Hills Chihuahua?
Yeah, you like watching that one? I used to love that
I
one.
used to always watch that repeat. And I put that in Spanish. And that.
I like watching movies that I know I like watching movies that I don't know in Spanish, but
keep you up on it.
I do like watching movies that I've seen in English because I know what's going on. I don't have to use the subtitles, even though I'm just listening to it in Spanish. I find it helpful. I like doing that.
I do watch certain SpongeBob episodes in Spanish.
I like
There were a lot of places that, like, if we visited, were a lot of places that we could utilize Spanish outside of just like some of the places in America.
When I went to Costa Rica, that Chris spoke Spanish the whole time we were there.
Yeah, that entire, basically all of North America outside of U.S. and Canada speaks Spanish, and including South America.
Yeah, you can go.
Brazil and some countries.
You can go pretty much anywhere and speak Spanish.
And of course, Spain proper. Spain has Spanish.
So, like, if a person, like, I know we have to learn Spanish in America and in the schools. What other language do you think would be beneficial if the schools sort of taught it as well? They may teach some of I know French is in schools and some of the schools and things like that. But what is another? Do you think French and Spanish?
Spanish should be taught.
So if that could help go pretty much broad across the globe, you think?
And I say French because our closest neighbor, Canada, has a gigantic
they speak
French.
French.
Yeah. Region in there, it officially speaks French.
Really?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's cool.
And of course, Louisiana. Well, I know they speak Creoles and stuff, but they know French.
Yeah, it's true in Louisiana.
So that's
a good point.
The two they pretty much have.
Those are usually the options.
And that's probably why, because they're so universal.
Those were my options in high school: Spanish or French.
That's really cool.
That's what should be
college, I have more options, obviously, but good job. Very good
job.
point, Hayden.
Thanks, Hayden.
I knew you were smart.
He's a win. Well, at this point, it's like sometimes as I'm teaching class, I go over, like I said, to the board and I write things out we need to. If I don't push the envelope. Sometimes I could just comfortably sit here in this chair and we talk. and discuss different things, and that makes my day easier. We take lunch break if we need to. Sometimes we return, sometimes we don't. Back to this classroom. It depends how much we eat. But we cover everything, you guys. And sometimes school is not just sitting in my classroom, here at my desk. A lot of times, sometimes we take it over to one of the TVs, right? Because we watch so many programs. We watch so many things, and Hayden he helps me to learn a lot. So that's helpful. We watch a lot of things together. We cook together. We have home chef. We actually cook together. Cooking is something to learn. You know about measurements and things like that. And if you guys have seen a little bit snippet of my classroom, I still have things around on the wall that Hayden utilized years earlier, not just left it there because Christopher is coming over a lot, and he's going to grow up and he can just start recognizing things and start learning it, so I don't have to put it back up on the wall. So like you may see things like some of the measurements, the cursive writing. Just homeschool, like I said, could be great. Don't get scared, don't get intimidated by things. Check with your district, check with everything that you need to check, like pretty much, especially if you're trying to transition a kid from school to homeschooling, you need to check with your district and things like that, and make sure you know, doing the right things, getting your authorization or whatever you need, things like that. And because they have different things that some areas, like where I live, his school would have been further away. Anyway, his elementary school would have been further away this area I moved to. So quite a few kids out here.
Yeah, the closest school is the high school. The middle school it's not super far, but it is further away, the elementary and middle school. The high school is what's close by us.
But I always believed, and I sort of started homeschooling before it was an actual real thing, because I'm a parent that taught my kids to read and write and everything well before they entered any school in the beginning, from the bare minimum, like under 4 years old. I taught them to do things. I didn't want their first lesson or learning to be from a teacher in a school, nothing against the teacher, but I wanted their confidence level already up to a point. So I wanted them to go in with some knowledge, and that helped them to just fly through school. And anyway, they would have, the things you guys know are just crazy. It's just amazing the things they know, and I love it, I love it, I love it. Anything else he needs to do, I can always add that in. You can always go out and shoot basketball with somebody or whatever. But that academic, it's this sort of a personal thing anyway.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? Even if you're in a classroom, you're the one that's doing that lesson, have to take it in, have to learn it, things like that. Correct? It's pretty personal. And it's like working your job. No one else does your job for you. They can they can assist you, work with you, work beside you. But you doing your own job, that doesn't take a lot of hands in there to do it. You do it at your pace, get it done, and then all the other things are things you do with other people. Right? It's this, I love it. And anyway, so don't get intimidated by anything. Find out what you need to find out. Anything you guys want to ask me about homeschooling, you know, one-on-one, we will put some information on so you can contact me, because I'm not going through every little thing, because we're trying not to let this video be 5-6 hours. So anyway, anything you guys need from there, I'd be more than happy to help you and things like that. But you got to take it seriously, because it is getting that kid ready for whatever that may be, and entering back into school, into academies or whatever that's out there, private schools, whatever it is. And it could be fun. And I know so much about Hayden, and as I did my others, I know so much about him. I know where his strengths are. I know where his weaknesses are. And that is just helpful, because it helps him to not feel bad about something that you may need a little bit more time with and things like that. So he gets to spend time with his pets. He gets to spend time with the family. He goes to Lexi House. He can take his books with him. He still can do lessons anywhere he goes. So anyway, at the end of the day, we love it. And I'm going to get ready to sound off here, because I don't want, like I said, to keep going on, because I can talk forever. Love you guys. Take care of yourselves and things like that. Don't forget, if you have any questions or anything I can walk you through, I'll be more than happy to help you with some other schools that I know about. Like Lexi graduated a physical school. She had a physical graduation and things like that. I connected her. He's stuck in the cord here. And so I'm going to get ready. Like I said, I'm going to get ready from. I'm sorry, looking over at the baby, but good talking to you guys. I hope this was helpful, and we're here if you need us. So take care of yourselves. Love you guys again, and remember to like, comment,
and
subscribe.
Bye.
And do that
The
stuff.
notifications.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye, guys.
Say bye,
Bye.
Gustav. Bye.